Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, December 9th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is my responsibility is to transform and expand through passionate inspiration. And today we have some astro stuff going on. We have Mars in Scorpio, Mars moving into Scorpio. So anytime Mars shifts signs, we can get a little bit of a kind of feeling. Mars is responsible for our action. It is our yang energy. And so as Mars is at 0 degrees, we may feel a little downturn in energy. So this may actually be a weekend to kind of take it easy as Mars adjusts. And my feeling is if you can take it easy, you will get some of these lessons of Mars in Scorpio. Some of that transformation energy will come through. Now, we've been working on, with Mars in Libra, really honoring that balance of the yin and the yang. And before we take that yang action, listening to the yin energy. Mars in Scorpio will definitely take another level of enhancement or bring another level of enhancement when it comes to our gut energy, that inner listening that we need to do. But Mars and Scorpio, I do feel it's going to be a little intense. Mars and Scorpio will be joining Jupiter, hanging out in Scorpio for the next year. So we've been seeing with Jupiter and Scorpio a lot of stuff coming to light, a lot of dark stuff, a lot of shadow energy coming to light. Mars, my feeling is just going to shake this stuff even more. Now, it's really easy to get caught up in what's going on in the world around us, but my focus is always like, oh, bring it back in, bring it on in. Notice, what is your motivation? Motivation and power is going to be really important to pay attention to in and through our daily lives with Mars in Scorpio, because it's going to be our sense of power or our desire of power or our seeming lack of power that is going to be motivating us, driving us. If you can know your power, if you can sit empowered, if you can be responsible to your passion, to your soul passion, to that power of your soul passion moving through you, this is going to be a very powerful transit for you. However, Mars can also be a transit where that desire leads your motivation and it's not connected to your soul. And so you're going to have, you as well as everybody else in the world, need to get vigilant about this, because it's going to be those unconnected desires, those desires that may come from wounds or lack that lead us into situations like we see a lot of people, a lot of people in Hollywood being their shadow energies brought to light. So be vigilant about yours. Take that action from that united, integrated space within yourself. This is a very powerful transit. It's moving through Scorpio until January 26th. So we've got, a good month and 3 quarters to move in and through this energy. How are you going to show up? Are you going to show up in your integrity? What is your motivation? What is that driving force? And keep letting yourself connect to that driving force of your soul energy. Very important. And like I said, with Mars at 0 degrees, may feel a little bit like, wonky over these next 24, 48 hours as Mars gets moving and rolling through. But then once that Mars force takes hold, it is going to be strong action. Mars is one of the co-rulers of Scorpio, so this is a very powerful place. But we need to be in our power, not in the wounds, not in the victims, and not in that place where we are taking advantage of anybody else's, not in that place of manipulation. All right, so besides that, got some stuff going on. We have the moon in Virgo, and the moon in Virgo is bringing up a bit of a mutable T-square. So this may actually feed in. Moon in Virgo is actually a very healing force. So like I said, if you can take it easy today and tune in, listen in, this can be tune in, listen in, drop in, the slowing down card, be present with yourself. this could actually be a really transformational day. Moon in Virgo brings that healing energy as well, but that Moon in Virgo is connecting to Venus in Sagittarius and to Neptune in Pisces. Neptune, 11 degrees in Pisces. Venus is actually going to connect to Neptune tomorrow. So there may be some illusions surfacing. You may see some illusions you've been feeding off of, or living off of, in regards to your relationships. So take notice. What are these mirrors around you? That moon holds that healing space, but you may get a little confused. This is, again, why we need to drop in and listen deeper so that we don't get caught up in the story or the pathway of the wounds. A lot of times, we'll take the path of the wound, and that's fine. You know, that's sometimes necessary because it's the path of the wound that ends up bringing us into healing. But I don't think that we need to take the path of the wound in this particular situation. So really listen in. Neptune and the moon connecting at 11 degrees, there's like healing energy afoot with this. Healing and master energy afoot with this. So pay attention to those reflections. Like I said, this T-square is also bringing a bit of an opposition between the moon and Neptune. Anytime we have that moon in Virgo, Neptune and Pisces opposition, especially at 11 degrees, there is that opportunity for bringing some magic, bringing some miracles in. So if you do find yourself very confused, not knowing which way to go, slow down, take it easy, but also call in for miracles, call in for spiritual support, and bring that spirit energy onto this planet. Listen in for that love. Oh, speaking of the transformation, the moon is connecting to Jupiter in Scorpio, and the moon is connecting to Pluto in Capricorn. So both of these energies are bringing that transformation vibration. Wow, this day is so overall transformational. Moon connecting to Jupiter, again, I'm feeling that there are some deep wounds that are being healed as they come up. If you feel things coming up, do not shove them back down. Address them, stand them with them, be with them, but most of all, just notice them, witness them. Witnessing is such a powerful healing tool that you can always, at any point, no matter where you are, you can always bring to yourself. Is that it with that? Yes. And then the moon trine Pluto, again, that I feel like is just bringing us the power to transform. Now, I also like this moon connecting to Pluto energy. It is at 18 degrees. Pluto has shifted to 18 degrees. That is 9 energy. So there is this underlying feeling, excuse me, of passion that's moving through, honoring our passion, transforming by connecting to our passion. Energy mantra today. My responsibility is to transform and expand through passionate inspiration. What in your life is passionate and motivating you from in there, and let that help drive you forward. Now, we're also building today into Mercury connecting to Uranus tomorrow. We talked a little bit about that with the moon feeding into that energy, but ideas are going to be bringing some breakthroughs for you over the next 24 hours. Listen in. But the other thing, when Mercury and Uranus connect, oh my gosh, it can be like, so ground in. I think that's why we've got this drop in energy. Drop in. Be here now. Be in the presence. This is the totality card, which is about being here now. Do not skip 10 steps into the future or 20 steps into the past. What is here now for you, and how do you address that? And if you can do that, these ideas will have their room to come on in and start blooming in and through you. But notice the creative inspiration bubbling up inside you. And again, connect in on that passionate level. I just realized that I forgot to pull a traveler card. So let's pull a traveler card. Well, I mentioned the last transit. The sun square the moon. Again, we may have some of that uncomfortable, yes. I have some of that uncomfortable energy. My feeling is that it's like the Sagittarius is like, I have the inspiration. And the Virgo is like, well, how are we going to go about it? And you haven't gotten those steps yet for how you're going to move forward. And you're like, I don't know how I'm going to move forward. I don't know how I'm going to move forward. It's okay. The way is going to come in due timing. Patience. Take it easy. Slow down. But realize you are on the path. The rainbow is happening. The light is happening. You are being pulled in the right direction. Be excited by the inspiration and know that the steps will follow. Rather than getting caught up, I want to do this thing and I don't know how. I want to do this thing and I don't know how. Rather let it be, I want to do this thing and a way is going to appear. The way is going to appear. Narrow pathway. Tread thoughtfully. Be very aware. With all of this Scorpio energy that we have going on, be very aware of your wounds and be very aware how you are wanting to protect your wounds and the pathways, again, those wound pathways that you may find yourself taking. And if you are on a wounded pathway, that's okay too, because a lot of times they will bring you to healing, but be aware, oh, this pathway, this was brought about by a wound, and how do I bring this healing into it? There's so much healing energy. Then I also forgot the universe has your back. So, I'm tired. It has been a very busy week for me. So let's pull one of these now too. What card do we have here? Oh, I love this. Oh, this goes so well with the wound. When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light, even if you end up on that little wounded bridge, that wounded pathway. It's a path of healing, just like any other, but be aware. What's your path right now? Is it a path of light? Is it a path of wounding where you're cleaning up some of those things? Is it a karmic path? Tune in. What is your path? What is your walkway? What is your moment to moment right now? That may bring you some clarity to where you are and also to where you are going. So, that's it for today. Book a reading if you want to dive deeper into your personal chart. The better it gets always, no matter what path you are on. And there is enough love in the universe for you. Namaste.